Hey, what's up guys, Rajat from VFX World. Welcome back to our channel. This is 𝙁𝙤𝙤𝙤 Rotoscoping Masterclasses, where I'll describe on this episode manual roto and shape divisions. Let's get started. So guys, on the last episode, I was explained the entire basic UI interface and kickstart, and thanks for the amazing response. So in this video, I'll talk about the manual roto and few tools here as well, and a lot of other details. So this is the footage as I told on the last episode. And guys, if you still not watched the last episode, link is in description box below, or else you can click on this I button and check it out. This is output node and this is roto node. So if you double click on this roto node, you can find out this object list here. So first of all, let me talk about the manual roto, how it will start. First of all, let's see, here is in called output mode. So first we have to change it to foreground because we are doing the roto on the foreground one, and then you can change it to output to see the final output, or else you can change it to color comp as well. The shortcut of the foreground and the output toggle between like foreground is 2 and output 1 is 1. So if you click 1, it will go to output, and if you click 2, it will go to foreground. If you click 4, it will go to color comp, and if you click 6, it will go to the channels one. Okay, so these are the normal changes here. So 1, 2, and these are the things. Okay, now you can find this color linear space as I told in the last videos as well. Now here you can find this is called like a normal transform tool, and this is like a reshape tool, and after that you can find this 𝑖𝑘, and this is B-spline, this is X-spline, and this is called Bezier. Now talking about the companies and productions, few companies or production are using Bezier, but most of the companies are using B-spline as well. If you really want to join on the rotoscoping industry, you should focus on B-spline, but make sure if you converted those shapes in Nuke, you can find out all the shapes will automatically convert it in Bezier. So we are taking this B-spline here. So the shortcut of the taking B-spline is just a B. Just click on the B, it will automatically select here. So let me talk about this. Okay, first of all, you have to make it to full screen. So F1 is a normal default mode here. So if press F2, it will become like this. If you press F3, it will become complete full screen. So F1 is by default a normal user interface. F2 will be another user interface where you can find the trees will go here and object like the sort out kind of thing, and F3 for the final like big one. Okay, so I'm just pressing F1 again because I need this object list here. So every time when you do any roto shapes and all, you have to make it in a separate layer. So you can click here on this button, you can find out this add layer. Just click here, you can find a new layer here, and the timeline will automatically activate it. Now the frame range is right now 50. If we play the footage, this is our very basic footage, which is 50. This is the first frame, this is the last frame, and this is the frame count. This is 24 FPS. If you change it to higher number, the frame range speed will be automatically increased. Its space is like normal pause here, just stop it here. The shortcut of the previous frame is Z, and the X is like a normal frame. Like if you click move forward, you can press X on your keyboard, it will go forward. If you press Z, it will go backward. Also you can use page up and page down to move backward and move forward. Okay, these are the normal shortcut keys here. Now you can renaming it here. Just double click here, you can type anything like normal class and this kind of thing, and just release anywhere so that it will rename automatically. Now you can lock the layers. Just click here and click this lock button so that this layer can't work anything, you can't do changes anything here as well. So these are the like normal selection tool. If the layer is selected, activated, this thing will be activated. So just turn it off. This layer is right now deactivated. Okay, these are like blending modes and all. This is like invert, and these are like colors of this color. So if you want to change anything in this color, just change it like this. And this is like a I button, like a normal Photoshop you already visible of this thing. Like turn this off, the layers will not visible, turn it on, it will start visible. That's it. These are the very basic simple steps. So just turn on the lock button. So now if you go to this like full screen here, you have to draw a shapes. So most of the guys, for the beginners, they actually start making shapes just like a big shape. Okay, so this is completely wrong. We have to do a very precise shapes each and every part. So talking about the face part, first of all, you have to know about which part you want to roto. So the task is about like we have to roto or cut out the character which is in foreground, because we have to add something on the background. So we don't need to roto on this area edges. We have to roto only the outer edges. Yes, we have to do only the outer edges, including the hairs as well. Now relax of the hair because we are not covering hair on this video. This video will cover hair on detail in another episode. Okay, so talking about the facial area or this area, if you want to draw a shape here, so let me go through with all the shapes here. So if you just click and click and click and click, make sure you have to use the minimum number of vertices here or points. Just make it like this, and simply you can just release the button here just like this. So this is your first shape. Now why I'm not doing the entire shape in one space? Because this is the shape division. The divide is based on your footage. The most you want to divide the shapes in the bigger number scale, the output will come more crisp and clear. Now you have to change the positions. The navigation key, just select and press up, down, left, right. You can change the vertices positions and you can adjust it just like this. So now I have to adjust the shapes with the positions like this, and make sure you have to check the positions. Now see, you have to add one more shapes here to make it some smooth here. If you make it to here, this area is not like much properly. You need one more vertices here. Just press Alt and click here to add a shape here, and you can exactly move it here like this. Okay, so if you want to make the sharp edges of here, press Alt and click again on the vertex. It will become just like this, and if you click again, it will become completely sharp. So just press Ctrl Z and it will become normal. Undo. So just make the shape here and make sure you have to make the shapes just like this. Okay, pretty nice. Now you have to find out this areas need one more shape here. Just click Alt and click like this. So now you can find out one more shape here. Now we have to check the reference of the alpha here. So just press Shift A. Now you can see this is your color overlay, where you can find this is completely 100%. If you make it to 50%, you can exactly see through with all this. Now you can see some white edges are visible here, so it means the roto shapes are not even properly. So what you have to do, Shift A again, and you have to adjust this area. Now see, this area is pretty inside, or like cutting in the technical language. So what you have to do, just Shift A and Shift A again. If you click Shift A and press A again, you can exactly see the alpha, and A again, so back it normal. To hide the shapes, you can use 0 on the numpad and hide it out and hide it in. Okay, now I'll just show you the entire shape division, how it will look like. So guys, I have made few shapes here for the very beginner step. So if you notice this area, I made 3 shapes because there are some wrinkles here. So you have to create 3 more separate shapes, because when you press Shift A to check the alpha, it will become like this. Okay, so now in this area, I divided this in 2 parts. You can exactly divide this area also in different parts, but I made it in a single piece. Okay, after that, in this area, this is will completely consider as in garbage mat. Like this area is completely have to fill out with the normal single shape. Same thing, I didn't do this area because the same part will be coming up here as well. So this is like a normal basic shape divisions for the very basic beginner steps, and you have to do like a normal roto. So just select all this. You can just press T here to click the transform node, select all this, and this is the frame we are doing the shapes here. You have to go back and you have to do the manual roto. Now see, the shapes are changing here like this. So what you have to do, just have to change the positions here. So just simply have to change the positions, just pressing navigations and all. And make sure do not change the vertices unless until it's really needed. So to change the vertices, you have to press R on your keyboard and select the vertices, and you can exactly change the vertices just like this by pressing navigations up, down, back and normal, like, and right as well. You have to check out these areas as well to make sure the vertices should be in proper space and all. Now this area is completely going out. Now without changing the vertices, how you can fix this area, because on this frame this is completely going inside and this frame it is completely in the right place. So if you go to back this frame, just press T on the transform and press Alt, because you have to distort the complete shape here. Press Alt and click on this area, and you can exactly distort the shape without hampering this area. So just distort the shape and change the positions just like this. So now it's become exactly same space. Just go back and go in. So now see, both areas are right now exact animated same space. Same thing for this one also. This place is right now distorted here just like this. Just press Alt, hold and just click it like this. Now what happened? This area is right now fixed. In this way, you can exactly do your frame by frame roto. I know this is very annoying and hectic, but in the upcoming sessions, I will tell you about the tracking method so that it can decrease your time about rotoscoping. So guys, hope you really enjoyed this very simple and very effective rotoscoping masterclasses. And if yes, then do subscribe to our channel VFX World. Follow on our social media handles like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. The next video will be the more awesome video, because in the next video, I'll talk about the tracking. So please watch it completely and share the video on your friend zone. See you next time. Bye-bye.